This is my 1998 Vauxhall Vectra B, looking in a very, very sorry state. And as you guys seen in one of my last videos, it didn't end too well. It sort of fell apart and, well, it's rotten underneath. Now what I was going to do in this video was I was going to move the car out and have a look at the other side, but I'm fed up with one problem which I'm going to try and see if I can somewhat resolve, and that is this drum brake is seized. It does not move, and the other one moves enough that's acceptable for now. So I've already started this process without you. And that is basically removing this screw which holds the drum in place, and also by giving it a gentle love tap with the hammer, as you've seen in my other video. So what should happen is the drum should turn because the handbrake's off. However, it's not the case. So I have a flathead screwdriver and I'm going to try and pry this drum off. So you've got these little cracks in the side here, so as I'm doing that it's already started to click, which is a good sign. So now I've got to do that around it. Now the dust plate is already fallen apart, but nothing I'm doing here is going to make this car any worse than what it already is. And I'm hoping, oh yes, this is all part of the dust cover on the back, which again I'm not really concerned of, so yeah, whatever. So what I'm hoping to do here is I'm trying to wind the brake shoes back a bit, so it's only the front brakes that are really working on the car, which are not seized, until I get round to changing the cable. But at least then that allows me to move the car without burning the clutch. She's about to come off. And there we have it. A drum full of shit. Okay, so the next step being there is an adjuster right here. And with a flathead screwdriver, we need to turn it, he says. Like so, and by turning it, it should release the springs off the cylinder, because as I can see here, I'm assuming we've taken this drum off, this has slipped slightly, so we need to immediately release these, because usually these adjusters will only want to turn one way. And this way, right, it is actually releasing off the cylinder now, I can see. So I'll just keep going, and then what I can do is I can reposition this further back and this further outwards, and then this should tighten back in, and hopefully I can get this wheel to turn. Show you a little bit better what I'm on about. So just keep turning these, and then eventually, as you can see, this part here was touching this rubber. Now there's no liquid or anything coming out, so the cylinder should be okay. But if I turn these out wide enough, the drum, or the pads, which bearing in mind they don't look too bad at all. Do you know what? It doesn't even look like it's ever been done before. It looks so clean under there. It should allow me to then reposition the shoes back into where they should be on the cylinder, and then wind them back in enough that I can put that drum back on, and then this should spin freely. I'll obviously need readjusting again when the handbrake cable gets changed, because that's obviously seen better days and it is fully on. So we're undoing this adjuster here. This is now clipped back into place onto the cylinder, and we're just talking to a friend of mine. If I take this spring out, so this is loose, I'll take the this off, which means I can tighten these back in and then hopefully get the drum back on so I can move the car to do work on it. This is fully sketch. So that's that off. Tighten these up. Tedious, it'll take time. Now I've wound in the drums enough, but the thing is though, is I don't think these, or this bit here, is going to help. This is all rotten, so I'm going to pull off some of this loose bits here, i.e. these, because this is just hanging here anyway, and it's totally not, it's not going to be helping the drum having that like that, and I don't want all the debris to go in. It's just a dust cover as far as I'm concerned, so this is coming off. I'll just check and see, does this go on? Not quite, so we need a bit more tightening on. Okay, so I've done a little bit off camera, so the drum is now back on, and I've put the little screw in. So what I had to do was wind that adjuster all the way back in with those long nose grips, and now the drum's back on. And here's the thing, it spins. Well, at least it moves. It doesn't move brilliantly, but I think that might be because they haven't moved for a while. But they move, which means ultimately I'm not going to be burning the clutch out. Now obviously the handbrake is a no-no. I've disconnected it, so that's going to be how it's staying for now. So it's time to get the wheel back on, move things out of the way, jack this down, and then it will be time to put a booster pack on this, move it out onto the other side, so then jack it up again and see how the sill on that side is. Okay, so the wheel is on and it does spin, the jacks are down, and now I'm going to try and bump it. Now the thing is though, I have no brakes at the back now, so how am I supposed to reverse the car out to bump it? That battery is shit, isn't it? That was a lot of faffing around. So what I had to do, the battery charger wouldn't do anything with the battery, so as you can tell by the handprints, we had to push it out. But the thing is though, it's now got no handbrake, so I had to move my car and I had to sort of keep it there for a bit with my jack in order for it to stay put whilst I jumped it. Anyways, it's in now, but we got that handbrake released. Enough so that it has no handbrake and it's in gear at the minute, but that will do, because now I can bump it from the front the old-fashioned way. And I've got room back here now so that I can sort the rest of the boot. And the side of the car that we checked for the rust was on this side, if you remember. This side is next to check, so we've got room here, so I'm going to call it a day. Now guys, I've just had to cut to that end of the video there to this one now, which is probably about a month later since I did that first part of it, and that's because I've been suffering with an illness, so that and a bad back. I haven't been able to do anything with the car. So anyways, let's carry on from where we started. We're going to jack this car up. Now it's been put in the correct way, because we had to push the car out, start it and put it back in. I didn't record any of that, so let's go and jack the car up, and then let's have a look on the passenger side sill and see how bad that is. Okay, now that's done. Now we can have a look at the arch. First of all, we need to take that wheel off. We also need to take that mud flap off, get the screwdrivers, and see how bad the offside is in comparison to the driver's side. I'm expecting worse. We may have to take the rear bumper off to inspect further, but let's see how this goes first. I know the arches are screwed on this side as well, but let's check everything else out also. Now, I don't have the drill as of yet, but we're going to take this wheel off first and see how bad this side is. Now obviously this is a pretty tight room, but I can assure you the car is as close as possible to the other side of the wall, so this will have to do. Oh, and there goes the wheel. Right. Okay, so what can I see on this side? Again, more anti-roll bar bushes that needing doing, but here is our rust problem again. Drain holes. As you can see, it kind of looks like it's done before, so we're gonna have a little look at that. I just want to see how bad does that look. Again, more rubbers that just need doing. Looking at it, you can see all the mud that's stuck in that, so we're going to rip that off. Before anything though, just want to see, by opening this door, how bad are we here really? Tiny bit. Tiny bit. Just looks very old and crusty under here basically. Now what I want to just quickly do is lie down under here. Right, so drain hole number 1 right there is intact. Number 2 is intact. We're off to a good start there. What is concerning here though is all of this. This is all previous repairs. The door's rusting a bit. Now this drain hole looks worse for wear. We're going to check that out. The jacking point there is gone, but overall, apart from here, everything looks intact. How does it look over at this side when I go under here? Just as crusty, just as crap. Again, new arms. How bad are we looking here? It's just crushed, that's it. The seam is just crushed. That's neither here or there really. Okay, so we're pretty solid on this front bar. There's one corner here. I think this side is the best side, considering this is the roadside side, which is No, it's not. This is the curbside, isn't it? This is the curbside. This is where all the puddles have been. But again, this looks like the best side. Well, let's see how that looks first and see how extensive this goes. This car is practically crumbling away right in front of me. I don't really want to damage the bumper, so let's just get this over with, shall we? That screw's gone. And there's just one more. Oh, there we go. There's another. That bracket is doing Sweden nothing. And that's that one. And I've got myself covered in absolute shite. Okay, so now it's this bit. So I'm going to try this with my hands first. Exactly the same. Let's see what we've got. So once again, it's gone at the seam here, exactly the same as the other side. In fact, I'm just scooping it all out. Oh, the last side went. It's gone in the car. Ah. Oh shit. This is getting worse. Alright, that's soft there. That's the bloody seatbelt. This is the seatbelt anchorage point. I know there's probably a few people screaming at me saying, why are you looking any further at this? Because you're making it worse. Well, the thing is, if this car's going to be on the road again, I want to know if I'm spending money on something that's going to just be worse. Well, I can see fabric in there, which to me indicates that that's a seatbelt. Okay, I'm having to probably do this one-handed. This is what I mean here. This here is the seatbelt. I've just confirmed. This is all gone. As you can see, look at this. I can't leave this on the car, so it's got to come off. One way or the other. Come on. There. What a mess. Here's me saying, at the beginning, being very optimistic, that this side isn't bad. Yeah, it's not terrible, okay, and I'm sure this one sill piece is going to cover most of this, I'm sure, because we're going to have to cut it off anyway. This is being realistic, because that's the seam, right? So I'm treating it as if it's gone, yeah. But my main concern is this is all sill, yeah. This is all sill. But my problem is how far it's got to the other half of the sill, which is just here, which is the main body mounting point, and it's all gone. Now the sill, yeah, whatever. It's this bit here now that I'm worried about, because guys, look how flexible that is. wish me luck. Oh dear. Well, new sill time, I think. Well guys, I'm not sure now again, but I think I'm probably nuts enough to fix this with a couple of friends. It is probably going to be 2 sales, I suspect, from what we've just seen. But that rear arch was worse than I thought it would be. There's always option B of stripping it and selling it for bits, but I think I'm gonna continue with it because I like the car. I am nuts. I am nuts for considering to fix this, I think. But then you guys who've commented on my last couple of videos to do with the Vectra have said that it's fixable as well, and that I should fix it because there's less of them going back on the road, and that's true. There's less and less of these on the road. That's evident when I bought the car. It's going to take me a while from here on in to get the parts because I've got a few expenses going out yet, and this isn't really one where I have money to really spend on it at the moment yet. But we'll get round to it. Probably when the weather's going to be a bit better than it is now, because it's currently raining and I'm under the shelter of the garage door at the minute. But what we'll continue with for now is bits and pieces, so I can keep you guys with content. Like the mirror, for example, that needs painting. Both of them do. So I'll probably do that, finish off the boot, put the wiper back on, and then hopefully once I've got bits to fix the car, we'll give it a crack. The joy of cars, the joy of old Vauxhalls, and well, hopefully one day this one pays off in comparison to fuming that was constantly breaking after I did its rear arch. Anyways guys, I know this video has been long awaited and it's split into 2 parts, but thank you very much for watching this video. I hope you guys enjoyed. If you like this video, why not leave it a like and subscribe, and comment if you want to see more. Comment on what your thoughts are now we've seen the other half of the car. I'm sure a lot of you are going to be relating to say that yeah, it's fixable, and there are some that commented like last time I'd be stupid to put a single penny into this car, and that shouldn't be back on the road. Leave your opinions in the comments below guys. Anyways guys, I'm Owen, thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Take care and stay safe. Carry you home.